Hello and welcome to Canton This Month. I'm your host, Diane Baker. During our show, we'll bring you a variety of special reports from throughout the community as well as local news and more. Canton This Month is produced by Canton Community Productions and the Canton Municipal Government. Our show this month will start off with a piece about Detroit's first black mayor, Coleman Young. Then we'll learn about Charles Drew, who developed and improved techniques for blood storage, and we'll finish it out with aerospace engineer Lonnie Johnson. All this and more when we return to Canton This Month.
Community sponsorships are dedicated to increasing companies, businesses, and organizations' interaction with the Canton community. Utilizing event sponsorships and advertising opportunities, you can continue to be a leader in creating strong partnerships between the Canton community. Sponsorship costs vary, although the benefits are worth every penny. All sponsorships include being prominently on site at the event, listed on Canton Leisure Services' social media pages, website, and any other press releases and marketing material related to the event. It's people like you who make these important and valuable programs possible for our residents. Email laura.mortier@cantonmi.gov today if you're interested.
Does breakfast with Santa, watching Liberty Fest fireworks, and basking in live music at concerts on the park sound fun to you? Then you may be the perfect fit for the Canton Leisure Services Special Events Coordinator position. We are now hiring for this part-time position that plans, supervises, and coordinates recreation activities for the community. This job offers flexible schedules, great co-workers, and plenty of transferable skills. Apply today at canton-mi.org. You belong here.
Now let's turn to the news. For those in the market for a new job, across-the-board wage increases for all part-time and seasonal Canton Township positions went into effect. Canton Leisure Services is now hiring for seasonal part-time. Apply today at canton.applicantpro.com/jobs. Open positions may include day camp counselors, teen services staff, lifeguards, and more. Find additional information at canton-mi.org/jobs. Canton Township is an equal employment opportunity employer. On Saturday, December 31st at 7 p.m., the Village Theater at Cherry Hill will welcome back the Detroit Circus to celebrate New Year's Eve. This talented troupe will amaze audience members with high-flying aerial antics on fabric and trapeze, fire dancing, stilt walking, acrobatics, and more. These jaw-dropping performances are sure to thrill fans of all ages. Following the performance, there will be an early kid-friendly countdown to 2023. Please note, this is an animal-free circus. Tickets range from $15 to $25 and can be purchased online at cantonvillagetheater.org. This month, Kent will launch a one-year residential food compost pilot program to help reduce the amount of food waste being sent to landfills. Composting is a sustainable alternative to disposing of food waste that turns the material into rich, healthy soil. Canton is currently looking for volunteers to take part in the program. Participants will receive a 5-gallon bucket with a lid, a sticker displaying the list of acceptable food waste, and a guide listing program information. There will be 3 designated locations throughout the township for drop-off. If you are interested in volunteering, please visit canton-mi.org/1360 and fill out the online application. Now let's learn about Coleman Young.
Black history is American history. The contributions of African Americans can be found in every fabric of America, from sports to science, from entertainment to education, from Bunker Hill to Capitol Hill. African Americans have influenced every ounce of American culture and American life. On this program, we will talk about some of those who have made a difference, both past and present, and events that helped make America America. Coleman Alexander Young was born May 24, 1918 in Tuscaloosa, Alabama. When he was 5, his family relocated to Detroit, Michigan, hoping to escape the racism, violence, and political biases and injustices of Tuscaloosa. In Detroit, he could attend both Catholic and public schools and became one of the best students to graduate from Eastern High School. As a young adult, he worked at Ford Motor Company and became a member of the United Auto Workers and later worked for the United States Post Office. During World War II, Young served in the 477th Medium Bomber Group of the famed Tuskegee Airmen as a second lieutenant, bombardier, and navigator. Near the end of the war, in 1945, he was part of the Freeman Field Mutiny, where he and 161 other black officers were arrested for resisting segregation at a base near Seymour, Indiana. Young was a born politician. His political base in the 40s and 50s was his home, Detroit, Michigan. He took his first political job working for the Progressive Party 1948 presidential candidate Henry A. Wallace. Because of his involvement with the Progressive Party, the United Auto Workers, and the National Negro Labor Council, he was targeted by the FBI, the Anti-Communist Investigators, and the House Un-American Activities Committee. In 1952, Young stunned observers when he appeared before the McCarthy-era House Committee on Un-American Activities by defying the congressman, making sarcastic retorts, constantly reciting the Fifth Amendment, and refusing to answer whether or not he was a member of the Communist Party. This made him immensely popular with Detroit's black population. In 1960, he became a delegate and helped draft the new Michigan State Constitution and won election to the Michigan State Senate 3 years later in 1964. In 1968, he became the first black American elected to the Democratic National Committee. In 1973, he ran for the office of mayor of the city of Detroit against then Police Commissioner John Nichols. He won a close race and became the first African-American mayor of Michigan's largest city, and served for 20 years, from 1974 to 1994. During his tenure as mayor, one of Young's top priorities was to completely integrate the police force, which was composed of 18% of African-Americans at the time of his election. Towards the end of his tenure, the police force was integrated to approximately 50%. Over his 2 decades as mayor, the Renaissance Center, Joe Louis Arena, the People Mover, and the General Motors Pole Town plant, alongside other iconic organizations and institutions, were successfully completed. Young was also a moving force behind the construction of the Charles H. Wright Museum of African American History. Young was awarded the NAACP Spingarn Medal in 1981, and in 1994, he published his autobiography titled Hard Stuff, the autobiography of Mayor Coleman Young, at the age of 74. He died November 29, 1997, at the age of 79 in Detroit, Michigan. Coleman Alexander Young, a great American. I'm Anthony Davis. Thanks for watching.
Looking to start the new year off with fitness as the top priority for you and your family? Then be sure to take advantage of special savings with the Summit's New Year membership special online with discount code NY15. From January 1st through the 15th, save 10% off all annual membership packages, including individual, student, senior, couples, family, and Kids Corner memberships. Family memberships are only available for purchase at the Summit front desk. For pricing and additional information, visit summitonthepark.org or call 394-5460. This fall and winter, Fellows Creek Golf Club and Banquet Facility will be offering a delicious lunch menu Monday through Friday from 11 a.m. to 3 p.m. Dine in or get takeout. Find menu details at facebook.com/Fellows Creek Golf Club. For additional information about Fellows Creek Golf Club, visit fellowscreekgolfclub.com or call 728-1300. Assemble a 6-person volleyball team and join us for league play at the Summit on the Park. Registration is now open for adult co-ed recreational volleyball leagues that will play on Sunday evenings and competitive teams that will play on Fridays for 10 weeks starting January 8th. For more information on team registration, or if you're an individual looking for a team, please contact the Canton Sports Center at 483-5600. And we'll be right back with more Canton This Month.
Calling all local businesses and community members. The Canton Cares Fund needs your support. The The fund, provided through the Canton Community Foundation, lends financial support to Canton Township-sponsored programs assisting seniors, veterans, youth, and the disabled, as well as programs that assist Canton residents following a natural disaster, mass casualty, or significant personal loss. The Canton Cares Fund also supports programs recognizing heroic acts of township employees. So what can you do to help? Go to the Canton Community Foundation's website at cantonfoundation.org to become a sponsor or donor today.
Are you looking for a great space to host an event? Anything from birthday parties, baby showers, to graduation parties and company functions? Look no further than the Summit on the Park. The Summit on the Park can accommodate your request at a reasonable price. The Summit offers a variety of private rooms for rent to meet any need. Plus, renters can bring in their own food with some restrictions. Contact the Summit on the Park at 394-5460 and make your next event one to remember.
Boys grades 2nd through 8th interested in team competition are invited to register for Canton lacrosse. This season includes 8 to 10 league games, 2 tournaments, custom uniforms, and an end-of-year party. New players are welcome. Players must provide their own equipment. This season will run from March 1st through June 7th. Players are encouraged to register by January 14th. Payment plans are also available. For more information or to register for these programs, contact the Canton Sports Center at 483-5600 or visit csc.canton-mi.org. The Village Theater at Cherry Hills Preservation Society is currently offering a special offer for their cast members to choose a seat in the theater and get the best seat in the house every time. Membership includes early access to your personalized seats for all Canton community productions, access to pre-sale Canton-produced tickets at the lowest rate, savings on concession items, performer meet and greets, and more. The inaugural Village Theater Preservation Society's fee is a pledge of a tax-deductible donation of $300 annually for 2 years. Participants may split the payments into monthly installments of only $25 per month. For more information, please email villagetheater@canton-mi.org or call 394-5300. Calling all cornhole enthusiasts, starting on January 11th, the Canton Sports Center will again offer weekday adult co-ed cornhole leagues at Kicker's Sports Bar and Grill. Fees are just $50 per player for 8 weeks of play. Call the Canton Sports Center at 483-5600 for more information and to register. Now we'll learn about Charles Drew.
Black history is American history. The contributions of African Americans can be found in every fabric of America, from sports to science, from entertainment to education, from Bunker Hill to Capitol Hill. African Americans have influenced every ounce of American culture and American life. On this program, we will talk about some of those who have made a difference both past and present and events that helped make America America. Charles Drew was a teacher, doctor, and medical researcher. In the latter role, his accomplishments were nothing short of brilliant. As a youth, Charles Drew attended Dunbar High School in Washington, D.C. After graduating from Dunbar High School in 1922, Drew went to Amherst College. Drew completed his bachelor's degree at Amherst in 1926, but didn't have enough money to pursue his dream of attending medical school. So he worked as a biology instructor and a coach for Morgan College in Baltimore for 2 years. In 1928, he applied to medical schools and enrolled at McGill University in Montreal, Canada. At McGill University, Drew quickly proved to be a top student. He won a prize in neuroanatomy and was a member of the Alpha Omega Alpha, a medical honor society. Graduating in 1933, Drew was second in his class and earned both Doctor of Medicine and Master of Surgery degrees. He did his internship and residency at the Royal Victoria Hospital and the Montreal General Hospital. During this time, Drew studied with Dr. John Beatty, and they examined problems and issues regarding blood transfusions. He returned to the United States after his father's death. He became an instructor at Howard University's medical school in 1935. And the following year, he did a surgery residence at Freedman's Hospital in Washington, D.C., in addition to his work at the university. In 1938, Drew received a Rockefeller Fellowship to study at Columbia University and train at the Presbyterian Hospital in New York City. He helped establish a blood bank there, became the first African American to receive a Doctor of Medical Science degree from Columbia, and wrote his doctoral thesis while there entitled Banked Blood. During his postgraduate research, he discovered that by separating plasma, the liquid part of blood, from the whole blood, where the red blood cells exist, and then refrigerating them separately, blood lasted longer and was less likely to become contaminated. Drew also demonstrated that everyone has the same type of plasma. Thus, in those instances where whole blood transfusion is unnecessary, a plasma transfusion could be administered regardless of blood type. During World War II, Drew was appointed supervisor of the Blood Transfusion Association for New York City and oversaw the Blood for Britain program and helped the British government establish its first national blood bank. This success led to his appointment as director of the Red Cross Blood Bank and assistant director of the National Research Council, responsible for blood collection for the United States Navy and Army. But his work with the American Red Cross was brief. He resigned in protest to the organization's insistence that blood from black and white donors be segregated. Drew eventually became chief of staff and medical director of Freedman's Hospital and head of surgery at Howard University, where he was an influential teacher and a role model to students interested in medicine. On April 1st, 1950, Drew was traveling to the Andrew Memorial Clinic in Tuskegee, Alabama to deliver a lecture accompanied by 3 of his resident physicians from Howard University. It is said Dr. Drew fell asleep at the wheel, lost control of the car, was thrown from the vehicle and it rolled over him, causing him severe bodily damage. Despite efforts from the doctors at Alamance General, Drew died from his injuries the same day, April 1st, 1950. Dr. Charles Drew worked with plasma and blood, saved millions of lives during World War II, and continues to do so this very day. Dr. Charles Drew, the father of blood banks, a great American. I'm Anthony Davis. Thanks for watching.
Whether you're new to fitness, someone looking to take your training to the extreme, or someone in between, the Summit on the Park offers a wide variety of fitness and wellness programs to fit your needs, including personal training. Don't wait, get your New Year's resolution started today. Meet with one of our personal trainers and get your health and fitness goals met. Our trainers specialize in weight loss, sports-specific, senior balance and strength, and youth fitness. If you're looking for a single session, multi-session, or group training, we have packages to meet your every need. For additional information, visit summitonthepark.org or call 394-5460. To gauge participation and improve services, Canton would like to offer residents the opportunity to give input on the residential curbside recycling program through a short survey. To take the survey, please visit canton-mi.org/230 and click the link at the top of the page. Canton values all input you're willing to provide. Now let's learn about aerospace engineer Lonnie Johnson.
Black history is American history. The contributions of African Americans can be found in every fabric of America, from sports to science, from entertainment to education, from Bunker Hill to Capitol Hill. African Americans have influenced every ounce of American culture and American life. On this program, we will talk about some of those who have made a difference, both past and present, and events that help make America America. Dr. Lonnie Johnson might be one of the most brilliant inventors of our time. This scientist and engineer is responsible for over 100 patents, including a thermoelectric energy converter and a thin film lithium battery. He's been an inventor all his life, and as a child, he always wanted to make a better toy. One of the earliest creations was building China berry guns using a mop and hollowed out bamboo tubing. This would foreshadow a later very popular invention. One of his proudest inventions to date is a robot he built in high school named Linux. In 1968, he and his team were the only black team at a local junior engineering science fair held at the University of Alabama. Johnson and his robot Linux won first place. Johnson attended Tuskegee Institute and graduated with a bachelor's in mechanical engineering and a master's in nuclear engineering. One of his first jobs was at Oak Ridge National Laboratory, working on cooling systems for nuclear reactors. He worked on the Stealth Bomber project for the Air Force and the Galileo space probe for NASA, and developed the means for harnessing solar and geothermal energy for power plants. But his most famous invention, the one he is best known for, was a complete accident. Johnson was working on an idea for a heat pump that would use water instead of Freon. He was concerned that the continued use of Freon would have a negative effect on the environment. He was experimenting with some nozzles he had made and shot a stream of water across the bathroom. He decided to put the hard science aside and started working on what would become the Super Soaker. The Super Soaker, first patented in 1986, is his most popular invention and has earned more than $1 billion in sales since its release. Inventing is what I do, Johnson says. Oh, did I mention that he also invented the Nerf gun? Lonnie Johnson, a great American. I'm Anthony Davis. Thanks for watching.
We hope you've enjoyed our show. On behalf of the team at Canton this month, I'm Diane Baker, and I'll see you in Canton.